Say what?
714.
Say what?
714.
Say what?
714.
Say what?
714.
No one is going to help you. But once you start making money, they'll come help you spend it. They'll come in numbers. Yeah, bo. So immediate reversals occur in that pattern. If the market, we assume that the market is bearish, and then immediately it just reverses and goes the other way around. Let me try to find a typical example that we could, okay, over here. And another thing, how do you study these things? You look for an obvious market. If you want to understand for like immediate reversals going up, you simply go to a bullish market. If you want to understand how does it occur in a bearish, you go and focus on a bearish market. It's clear. It's clear. So over here, I'm doing an example of a bullish one. As you can see there, we have an opening price above. It's a weekend. Okay. So you see here, this is a bullish immediate reversal. Why? Because from here, you can see we had an opening price. The markets went up. It went up, and then it came to retest on the opening price, and then it continued up. Whereas if you check the opening price, market went up, we would have expected it to drop. Why did you sell? Mashaya said that if you open and the market goes up, then you should sell. Yeah, bro. So now, me filling you with this understanding, it makes it better. So I'm minimizing the losses that you're going to take. So you know what if it triggers you. And also, guys, the basic natural things that you understand, your market structure, reversals, and all those stuff, it applies, especially the market structure. Let me not confuse you more. Especially the market structure, right? How the market, if it's bullish, it's just going to continue for that cycle, and it's bearish. But this is just making it more specific. It's not a guessing game or an assumption. This is more specific because I'm like, here, you heard when I tell you when I started talking about reversals, I said, whether the market buys or sells, it's going to buy or sell from the same price. Look here. If I remove this, what was it doing here? It was buying, it came back, sold to the same price, and then it's bought again from the same price. Why not anywhere else? Why exactly where I mark?
But how are you sure it can't?
A trend. It's bullish.
Okay.
It's bullish.
But
Like it's no, it's the natural things. If the market is going upwards, stop. Okay, the easiest way is stop going against the trend. Stop going. If you are wanting you up Zulu, that's an obvious thing that everybody can see. Just go up. Follow the choir. Because you see that, let's say now, you just overlook at the charts. I'm like, okay, where is it? I know there's times whereby the market is confusing. It's only the reversal part. There's only 2 seasons in the market where you should lose money. On the reversal, when it's doing this to make a U-turn, go up, or when it's upside, doing those rangings and then crashing down. But once it breaks out of that, it's that way, why? So right now I'm working on moving averages, which could actually make sense to see which ones are more precise, because not all of them are precise. I mean, my obsession is precision. Yeah, but if I do something, it should give me the actual results I expect. Yeah, but so you see here again another example. It bought exactly from that price. Why not anywhere else? And who has taught you such whom have you ever heard talk about such accurate trading? Like exactly. And how many of these things I know? Ngiyazi too excited. Sure. Yeah. Oh.
Someone was yeah, the continuation.
Yeah.
So, correct argument to be wrong, but who never figure out if there's a morning session from 9 9 the log the day or the half the day and that's just cut.
Yeah.
Then you draw a line. So in the end you notice the continuation. So if it's going towards the low of the day, you try to bring over. Irregardless of which they are letting things that out, they are correlation party towards the low of the day you're bringing out.
Yeah.
And it's never noticed and always seen in the best start. The thing that our one is to on what's the I back continuation, but here and there in the road,
Yeah, correct.
but when one go towards that low of the day or you market say so I'm not
I'll answer better. Markets are dynamic. It means it's unpredictable. So as much as markets are unpredictable, that's why I say, Tina, we know what we are looking for. The most important thing is to know what you're looking for. If you've gone fishing, flatly fuck up. If you've gone fishing, you go there on a pot, you throw in your bait, but you know, you have the idea of the fish that you want, but sometimes you come back with a different fish. But you go there to fish. That's one thing. Because if something comes out, doesn't look like a fish, you throw it back inside fast. Yeah, boy? So the most important thing is, yes, markets are dynamic, they're unpredictable. So in an environment where it's chaotic, you'd need to know what you're looking for. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll just be going around in circles. Yeah, well. But see, the main point is, let's say you came here to meet Mashai. You don't know who's Mashai. Yeah, bo? So if I was born at TikTok, I was born at it's kind of hard to say, hey, who's this guy? How does he look like? But there's the minute mazi, as the person walks in, it's different from the room. You're like, this is him. Yeah, bo? So that's what we need to build our minds into. Knowing what you're looking for. Because if you know what you look for, you also don't know what you're not looking for. He got them for usually alive. Right, so now The most important thing, if you want to understand how Masha is trading, I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm focusing on a day-to-day basis. I know when, I know what. Anything else besides that, I don't care. Because being able to focus on what you want puts you in a direction. That's why I even said all those Forex group you are in, delete them all. Because your phone is busy, non-stop. TikTok, Telegram, Instagram, he just bought a new car. You are like, there's no blessing coming your way, my brother. Work. So, buy your peace back. And how do you buy your peace and quietness back? Delete all those groups. Focus on your work. Focus on yourself. Trust me on that one. Kuzokusiza. There's no one who's going to help you far more than me. And one thing about me, there's have nothing against. No one can come and say stuff. And even if you could also challenge me, I feel a lot. Mumu iskora nje lo potike sizoyifika la sesibane. But most important thing, find your peace, focus on your work, and then kill it. That will help you. Okay, let's take the next question. Yes, Taung. Taung. Yes, 10, Baba. Yes, 10.
Oh, igama ubongosi Mtshali.
Sure.
Ngicela ukubuza eyami la kuma pips. Ma pips.
Oh yes.
U50 pips ngifuna ukuba neshow ukuthi is it that 500 points in every instrument or gold kuphela because besibuka gold ngaleso sikhathi?
Yeah. But what happens is ama pips afana nama cents, like 500 cents, because the market, it's price, right? That's what we're looking for there. So how it moves, Bona, they call it pips, but it's actually cents when you really go deeper into it. Because 50 pips is more like 50 cents. It's just that each unit in the market is worth more. Because kukona pip, besiba koni pip value. The way we call it, the reason why I get 50 pips, 100 rand, it's because 1 pip on gold it's like 2 rand. It's a double. On dollars, it's like $2. That's why whether you're trading with a rand account or that's why whether you're trading with a dollar account or a rand account, the profit is the same. No, $dollar. Just kidding. But that's why whether you're trading with a USD account or a ZAR account, it's all the same. The profit is the same. Even if there's a difference, it's just going to be slightly. Why? Because we eventually will never close on the same price. We'll never close on the same price. So your understanding is good. Pips, points, some they say it's points, pip, points, cents. It's all one word. Yeah, as long as you understand, the reason why I use this rectangle is because it makes it easier. As you see me throwing it like this, that's 500 and so which means I have to keep on pressing. As it says there, 520. That's 50 pips. It's just, the reason why they say it's 50 because they round off. It's round off. So, yeah. 520, 50 pips. Boy, movement in Ghana, but you already have 10,000. You're done for the day. Why on a kilo pool? You're going to say, yes, ma'am.
Mina ngicela angani ungazi ubuyela back kula ubhale khona i-execution uthi u-executor leya chart lesekuqaleni because ngifuna ukwazi ngenkathi duveza i-entry point ukuthi wazi ngani sifanele usele noma ubhaye mawuse kuthiwa uya executor because bengibona ngathi bewusele kodwa manje i-chart ishona phezulu
ila ublower khona lapha. Okay, so I was expecting her question actually, but I didn't want to give information because I wanted to check if you're listening. But guys, I'm a trained speaker. So her question is, it's this one, right? The markets went down, but eventually. So the reason why I'm saying, so the reason why I'm saying it's 50 pips, that's our target on a day-to-day basis. You are only looking for 50 pips. You don't care what the market does later. Trump gets fired, who dies, market crashes and boom, boom. Yes, it's painful to lose a trade. It's painful to leave a trade and then the market just keeps going and going and going. I think I did that last week. 40,000. I've entered last week into 40,000. Then that thing continued. I could have maybe made like 120,000. Profits using more things in profits. Maybe it's above hundreds. Below that, I will ngiphe bona la it's a ton less. So now over here, her question was, how come? Because now looking at this, the markets went up, down. The most obvious move was the sell, and then long term it was the buy. So we are only looking at this specific hour. Kusukela ngo-1 kuya ku-2. Uma ngabe imarket kusukela ngo-1 kuya ku-2 izonyuka iyaphezulu for 1 hour izonyuka. Emva lokho siyasela. Mhlawumbe ngisho ukuthi 2, 3, 4. So kumele sifikile kwi-target. But in your 2 hours is enough. So that's dropped down up to 2, then you're at 30 profit. So 50 pips I prefer one because it's short but it's fair. Because the market's movile nje uzwazi uthatha profit yakho. Emva lokho ukuthi yenzani, does it continue to drop? Does it you have no problem? Yeah. So you just leave it like that. When you take your profit, you close all your trade, you walk away. And also learn to walk away from the charts. Learn to walk away, reconnect, don't be a zombie. Because now you find people sitting there in the morning, ukudla angizodla. Emini futhi nasebusuku, like, do this thing, make money, go out. Nihambe niyo gym, thina right nemkhaba yethu. Nisimotivate, nisifile pressure futhi la. So right. How? Okay, clear manje. Yeah, funa umuntu la hambe neli. Yaphuthi lapha emove. Lo ekoto ikepisi.
Yes, ngibona igama ngomuzi ngabuthelezi.
Hayi,
Bengisacela ukubuza but Mashaya, if imarket between 7 and 8 or 1 and 2
angibuzwa bani?
Bengisacela ukubuza ukuthi if imarket between 1 and 2 or 8 and or 7 and 8 iconsolidate like ingakhombisa direction straight whether iyanyuka straight or iyehla wenza njani?
Volume yakho. Volume yakho eqala isibisi yehla 1. Khuluma nje ngoThabani. Memeza officer tshela lo seduzo wakhe akukhulumele. Yabona ukuthi nevoice encane.
Ngibuza ukuthi mina if imarket between 7 and 8 or 1 and 2 iconsolidate like ingakhombisa direction straight whether iyanyuka or iyehla wenze njani in that point?
Song izandla ngithe And guys, why do you think you have to trade every time? If the market, as I said, if you know what you're looking for, you know what to trade. If you see something you don't understand, you simply stay away. Save your money. Because if the market is confusing you, it's moving up, down, you don't get an idea. Why would you find a project you don't understand? I just come to you and like, hey, I have this business here. We are making steel shirts. And you're gonna give me money to start that business. No. So if a chart doesn't make sense, simply stay away. You know what you're looking for. So as soon as you know what you're looking for, everything else is vague. Right, next question. Uzwile njani? Stay away. I think that's because eventually that will not happen every day. Maybe it will happen once in a week or once in 2 weeks. So eventually the other days you're making money, you're banking. Yeah, well, it's just like people who are like, hey, Mashaya, hey, what about, what is this, deriv? Can you use the 714 deriv? And then I say, if you make money from Monday to Friday, why should you trade on weekends? Well, it's not about spending a lot of time on the charts. I've spent a lot of time on the charts, more than all of you. I mean, I've sat like this, watching the chart the whole day, not eating, just, yeah, well, of course I was training my mind. That's why, I mean, like my best potential. I can tell you what the markets will do all day, looking at the candle. I'll tell you the next one, and the next one, the next one, and the next one. That is my freakish moment. And it's hard to believe. And if you want to see that, go to my Telegram channel. Look. And if you don't believe that, wait. Go to my Telegram channel. Go to my Telegram channel and go to the earlier content I was posting. And looking at my entries, you will see it's there. That's why I started a Telegram channel, because I wanted even someone who's going to enter today to see what I was doing last year and a couple of years back. Yeah, well, so that's my prime, because not every day. And another thing, it's not every day that you're going to feel like it's good to trade. It's not every day that you're going to be motivated to trade. It's not every day that you're going to be like, okay, yeah, well. So, in doing that, know what you're looking for, know what to trade, know when to trade, know when not to trade. As I say, if you make money for 5 days, why should you trade on weekend? Why don't you spend any? Now I find I'm traders like TikTok. A person is live from Monday to Sunday, and he has blue screens and making money and spend it, it's born. Yeah, but they're not spending money, but they're all preaching about making money. So making money doesn't mean don't have a life. I mean, I do things, I show you in your poster, even when I'm attending a certain event in your show. In men's conference. That's in my details, I'll check it up. Quite a men's conferences invite for all men who are blowing. Because, but there's specifically other programs I would like, because as I said, it's all about a relationship and a movement. So we have all like trying my psychological problems and stuff. Not psychological, man. But lezos in where men will meet and talk and advise each other. Going into platforms like that will help you also in gaining a market, because you go there, you're doing a business, maybe you're supplying something, someone is requiring that. So you build a relationship. You see, people right now, they're like big where they are. They've met very small. They took advantages of small sessions which are casted, and then they got to work together. So if you want to say, no, I'm not going to participate, I'm a boy. So if you are not going to participate in that, it's not going to help you. As I say, you are a daytime trader. That is what you do for a living, but you must have a life. You must have engagement. There's also this, yesterday, deliberately, I said, a group in, help me for this month. I want to buy groceries for that old age home where I usually donate, and other homes as well, few people. And then I said, this is the account, my account is 0. Not to say minimal. I give a lot. Even right now I'm giving. This is my life. Because I was once broke. I had nothing, like nothing. So while I have this advantage, let me help other people regain. There's no need for me to be selfish. So far people have contributed like 1,800. This account was 0 just yesterday. So my target would at least this amount if you go 5,000. Bese sihamba siyothenga cross. Ngiyabo. Ofaka 10 rand 714 pays ama trend line la ngeke. 10 rand, but about 10 rand, 100 rand, 150, 71 rand, 100 rand, 45, 100. So people are put, I've got 12 rand, so, but people are contributing. Why? Because I'm trying to show them what when you get money the right way, there's no need for you to be selfish. Yeah, well, it's only other businesses whereby, it's not like in other businesses, like if in order for someone to succeed, someone must die. That is not how it should be. Then how will a business grow? So in order for me for there to be another good trader, then Masha must die. And then there's that trader now. And then, so it shouldn't be like that. I don't think it should get to that point. So by doing this, I'm teaching people this is the culture I would like to see go on. Yeah, well, we do it to a point whereby we actually do something big. Maybe we may put money together, we go to your community, we do that thing in rotation, helping people. We can do it. It's possible. It's all about setting a goal and objective and then moving along with it. Yeah, because if you really trade and you're making money, I'm making money, next 10 years, you'll find that these 100 rands will be 10,000 rands from each person. We make a contribution, we go where we go. Not that we only go to where I stay. Yeah, because even there, I didn't know that side. It's like same municipality, but another area of which I don't know anyone there. So I just went there. So in as much as we're expecting to receive, we need to give. Also, if you're getting something that you don't want, you need to learn to reject it. So it makes way for something that you want. Whatever you want in life, the devil will first stretch his hand to you. If you accept the devil's hand, then you miss what you really wanted. Think about that. There's always temptations in what you want. Just like today, there's many temptations which came for you to not come here. But you're like, nope, this is what I want. So you rejected something in order for you to receive something. But if you could have sat and say, nah, I am lazy, just like others, they didn't come. And the first barrier was saying, it's only for funded accounts. And then I know that will filter a lot of people. Why? That shows people, they think it's about money, but it's not really about money. It's about how hungry you are. How hungry. And don't lose the appetite. Because once you lose the appetite, then you get lazy, you don't work as hard, you don't put in the effort. Have that one thing that reminds you how hungry you are. Stay motivated, make money. Okay, let's continue with the questions. Subuzin. Yes. How many PM ladies? PM ladies. Yeah, but. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Opening price kukabili, it's either irreversal noma iya continue.
Yeah.
So is there a safe way yokuthi si enter lapha ku2? Because we know ukuthi if iyaphezulu we are expecting ukuthi isell, and then if isella we are expecting ukuthi iye phezulu. So how can we safeguard, especially with stop loss, if we so enter lapha ku2?
No, okay, his question is there a way where you can make an execution around 2 p.m. depending on where the market is at that time? I did give that answer. It's just that I said in a different way. So we are right? Because the first things first, already the waiting hour is over, so you can execute. Then the second one is the actual opening time. The third reason will be, is the market on the previous high or the previous day's high? That's where I put that thing, because I wanted to cover all. So as long as it's above there, then you sell. I would say as long as it's above the previous high, that is where it's most likely to sell. Because even if it's going to buy, it will start by coming down. It will give you that 50 pips or maybe 100 pips, but you'll be able to take profits. And then as it reverses and go the other way around, you're already happy. So yes, you can execute right after 2 p.m. As an early entry. right? You can enter the first trade here and then 2 trade there. Maybe if you are confident enough, you can put 2 trades here and then 1 trade here, so that if in case, as he says, it reverses and doesn't work out, and maybe you're seeing it's coming back up, as soon as the market moves from here to down here, you break even. Break even means you're moving your stop loss to your entry price. So when the market decides to go back up, it's just close you without losing any money. So you can do that. So from here, and then you add another trade, you put your stop loss somewhere closer as well. So as it moves, now you are in a free trade. That's a good question. Next question. Guys, are there anyone who's making money? Like, let's see people who are making money from 714, who are actually making money. It's only you. Oh my lapana. No, not how much. If you are making profits, ever since you started, you're making profits. Raise your hand because people need to see. Nifike ngani ngekuqala? It's okay, so that's a good number, because you can see like it's a quarter of a room, because most people here they're partially new, partially experienced traders, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So yeah, that's what we're looking for, and for them, those who've already started, just keep on. Don't change, don't raise your ambitions. Oh, is this all right? No front pants. Okay. Ngaqala phansi anginqini. Ngicela umsizi. Okay, yes Baf.
Alright, sanibona igama lami uXolani. Bengifuna ukubuza lamashaya kwisemina esaseyokuqala sasikuyona wachaza ukuthi uzosichazela kabanzi kwisemina namhlanje ukuthi ama sessions amangaki esiwatrader ngaphandle kwale ya 1 to 2. So bengifuna ukwazi
uzodwa ngibuza ukhulumela phansi. Anikwazi ukumemeza. Athi niyashela.
Alright, umbuzo wami kahle kahle mashaya uthi kwisemina yokugcina wawuchaze kabi ukuthi kule semina namhlanje usichazela kabanzi ukuthi mangaki ama session esiwatrader nge714 ngaphandle kwale ya 1 to 2.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So his question is hunger. He wants more information, of which I can. Okay, so here's the thing. For me, everything I say, it becomes challenging, because if I say something, it provokes a lot of questions, and then I have to go another cycle explaining while starting to explain this. In short, I am explaining, but I'm just putting more details into what I'm saying. And I will share something here that I think is good, because right now I'm just trying to get a feeling. And then before I introduce something new or suggest anything else that we can actually try. That is what I wanted to do. Because sometimes I can say interesting things, you're like, hey, Masha, hey, I found this. But you really got nothing. So I don't want that, man. I want actual results. Okay, let's continue. Okay, noted. So yours is basically the one that is upcoming. Another question? Oh. Ufamiliar with us?
Sanibona igama lami usamkelisiwe ngangikhona kwi-seminar le previously. So my question is ilapha ku 50 pips ukuthi when you're taking your profits ku 50 pips ma ukuthi ufuna ukumanage risk yakho is stop loss sakho sizoba ama pips amangaki if you're taking your profits ku 50 pips.
Right. Generally for stop loss there's two ways of setting a stop loss. You can set your stop loss in terms of pips perception, and you can set your stop loss in terms of setup perception. So there's two. One is with the pips, how many pips you want to make, how many pips you're risking. The other one, how is the market looking? Where is the market at that moment? So with a stop loss now, let's suppose, okay, so let me put the first one because it's easy. So now let's say you enter here for the sell. Your stop loss should be 30 pips. That's my recommended. So if your stop loss is 30 pips on gold, that's 30 pips there. So if your stop loss is 30 pips on gold, which means what? If you're going to use 0.01 for your stop loss, if it hits, you are going to lose 60 rands per trade. So basically you are risking more than actually up to win. But for now, because it's practical, so it's just primary. Mind you, I know that some of you think that the 714 is viral. Yes, in terms of digital, it's viral, but from the level of understanding in terms of the community, it's very low. You understand? So that's why for me, even if I want to like expand, it's hard because there are people who are still starting off like, hey, but now, so it puts me in a very challenging format because as I say, bragging about information is pointless because people are not getting anything out of that. Imagine if each and every time you meet me, I talk about something new. You've already have given up. And that will show what I'm not consistent in what I'm doing. So now, back into this. So the first response is we use pips. So you enter here for sell and then 30 pips stop loss up there. So you enter there, then it allows to move as the target. But this one doesn't give much details. The one that I would prefer is the one that is considering the setup. Whew. This one is going to force me to go a bit deeper. Okay, so this is how I sometimes set a stop loss. For a stop loss first, you need to look for a setup. And once you see your setup as it is here, markets went up and then it came down. If the market, let's assume it's bearish as it is right now, this one is going to be quite lengthy, so take notes. So we had a market taking out the previous high over here. So which means you're going to have to do this every time you want to put a stop loss. Okay, I'm using the last previous high for the time. Because if you're going to say which one, which means you are looking at all the charts, you're Funanyango 2005. So just focus on the recent one. And then once you see the recent previous high being taken out, as you see here, taken out means it's from current, the price went up and then it came back down. It went up and then came back down. So the market will what? Let's put it in this way. A stop loss, if you know that the market is going to go for your stop loss, then you should move your stop loss and make your stop loss your entry. Yeah, so generally, let's assume now you have the previous high as it's shown here. Then the market goes up. As it goes up, when in your mind now you know it is going above what? The previous high. And then it comes back inside. Mind you, it will go up again for the third time. It will go up again for the third time. So which means what? You're going to have the first. It's not a head and shoulder. Hey, move. So you're going to have the first one, the second one, which will go above the first one. And then you'll have the third push, which will go above the third push, the second push. Kwem do sestenga la. And such. Okay. And then 3. So, once you do your analysis, right, as I'm showing you here, oh, this is 3, not 2. So once you do your analysis from where the market you assume it will reverse, you need to put your stop loss on the highest tail, at the point of the reversal. Just like you see here, we had 1, which was the actual previous high. Then within the time where the market had pushed up, it went higher than the first high, and then you had a third high. It is not a higher high, because the higher high is more like going upstairs. But this one is just like higher than back, higher than back. You are only going to look for these 3 things. So whenever you're going to execute, you are going to execute, and then your stop loss will go up there. Hey, I'm getting a hiccup. I need Henny. Henny's. Oh, Black Label. Oh, hey. Shai Zamalek. Okay. And then here, that's where your stop loss goes. Well, won't confuse futhi kancane. So it's a stop loss plus spread. Stop loss plus spread. This is one way I use to calculate my stop loss each and every time. Most people, when they're calculating stop loss, they just look at the stop loss and then say this is it. So when you go to your chart under markets window, that's why I like MT5, because it shows more stuff. MT4 doesn't. Okay, there. I've added spread. So, see here on gold, the last bar here, that's a spread bar. And the spread on gold is 50. That's thick line, the bid and ask difference. That is a spread, which means now, since this is a previous high and that's where my stop loss is supposed to go, then I will do this. I do it practical. That's why I don't like this thing of my reports. I like to do it practical. That's 50 there. Then I take this very different. Then I put it here on top. Okay. I'm. When I must let them show it. If you want to be like, yeah, you'll go crazy. Okay, like this. So now your stop loss will actually go there, according to this analysis. And then the actual price. That is it. Okay? So, just this thing alone, understanding this, you take a picture of it, you go and study it. You go, because I think the video will be out in 3 weeks, so it's gonna take some time. So you go and study this, you look for that 1, 2, 3, and then the market is gonna come back down. Then you make an entry, of which answers his question as well. Luguti, is there anything we can do around 2 exactly after the market has just moved? So now, since I have filled the gap with a bit of more information, now his motive is now fulfilled because it's like, oh, okay. So if I want to execute around 2 exactly, let me consider these 3 things. Let me find these 3 things and then I will jump on it if it makes sense. If it's gonna do what he was asking, which means not making sense, you simply stay away. You shoot at me now. Okay, so if it's as I say, as I'm teaching you this setup, when you go to your chart, you are looking for this. If you don't see this, you don't trade. Let's assume you want to focus on this, but also consider the other factors and this in line. Yeah, well, it's not something new, it's just a tip. And the reason why I don't like to, I can teach you new things every day. You're like, so I don't want that because now it doesn't put you anywhere. Yeah, well, it doesn't put you in because now learning new things every day, you're never gonna get time. That's why even in my mentorship, for those in my private mentorship, I would let's say I will do a session for a month and then I keep quiet. The reason why I'm quiet is not because I'm lazy or I don't want to teach. I'm giving you time to practice and see if it's really working. Because now if every day it's a lesson, how are you going to know if you know or not? Yeah, so it's not about me talking every day. It's not about me doing sessions every night. It's not about me doing that. Because if I want to talk, I can talk whole week. That's what it is. Yeah, so, yeah, okay, where were we? Okay, for this setup, this is a bearish setup. Let's do a typical bullish scenario. For a typical bullish scenario, it's easy as well. You're just gonna find Nakla. Check this one. You're gonna find the first low, right? Of which you'll be taken out by a second low, of which you'll be given a third low, lower low, and then the market will then later reverses. It's a sequence. Find that thing, make money, get 2 wives. Okay, let me put it into more details. This is M15. Okay, so check here. This is the hour of focus. I'm passing 1, I'm going to 2. This is the time to actually trade. I'm going to 2 p.m. And then when I get to 2 p.m., what do I have before 2, right after? I have a high here, of which is, in this case, ignored. And then I have a low here, of which I see it's being flirted with. Okay, so we have an opening price here, of which is revisited for a short. And here's our blow zone. Okay, so let me put the lines so that you don't forget. We have recent high, recent low. Recent high. Oh yeah, you wanted new stuff. This is your new stuff. So recent high, recent low, right? So what you do is the very much obvious low, you mark it as number 1. Just as I was showing you there, because that one was for sell, this one is for buy. So you mark this as number 1. Mind you, note that the market will go lower than this, even if it's gonna buy, which I forgot who it was who was asking that question. Oh, it's Umaosis lap. I saw the market sold, but the big move, it was like going all the way up. So technically, the benefits, this is the bonus move. What I'm teaching you here, it's the daytime reversal. Have you noticed that the markets will move during the day up to 3, and then from 4, 5, 6, you get a reversal, and then at night it's just, this is what you're going to use and capitalize on that, okay? So this is what you're going to use and make money on that. So we have first low here, and then the second obvious low, like lower, 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 lower. You need to leave it. When you come back, it should be clear. So mark this as 2. Obvious, the blue one, because that's the last low. And then the third one. The third one is not usually that long. It's not a head and shoulder, but wait. Do you know what's the most dangerous thing about your mind? Your mind is so ignorant that each and every time you get to be taught something new, it just brings back old information and like reforms it and makes you believe it's the same thing. So which makes you ignorant because you're going to ignore everything that you're going to be taught. You're like, no, I already know this. Yeah, bo? So be careful of that. So now, this is the same thing I was teaching you there on the other charts, but now on a higher structure. As you can see, this is 15 minutes, which means from the time you see here, each and every candlestick is worth 15 minutes of patience. So waiting from here to over here, let me check how long it is. You can see this. Manhlane ukudlula mina nini. Maniphendule. Yeah. Okay, let's check. At 17 bars, you're gonna say 15 times 17. Metric season. It's not metric, but let me check. 15 times 17. 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours, 50 minutes. Abahlani phela. Ngiyadlala nginawo metric nayo ngina metric. Those I completed, guys. I did my high school, I finished off, passed very well. I did my college and all. So for those of you who are still in school, if there are, and for those of you whose children are still in school and they want to pursue trading, let them finish and then move on. Because what's the point of having money while you're stupid? And not mainly, if I say stupid, it's not at the point of lacking information, but at a point of literacy, because you're gonna have the money, you can't read the form, you can't do anything, you just buy, you pay, and you get yourself into more trouble. Whereas if I say let them finish, they must create a habit of finishing anything they start. If they start something, they should finish it and then move to the next thing. Not this thing of hopping and skipping around, because that is gonna make them lose focus. And making money alone, money is just money. Money is not knowledge. Money is not power. You can have money, if you don't have knowledge, your money is useless. Money is only considered power if you have money and knowledge. And in order for you to make the money, you need the knowledge. Because money is the result of what we do. We don't start at money, we start with knowledge and then we get money. So have those children get into school, have them focus, let them finish off well. And yeah, I've had a lot of people come to me, yeah, I would like my son to do this. Like, yeah, but let him finish first, you know, because you don't know how he's going to behave. People, they act differently with money, because you'll find that he'll be the first guy who has money in the family, and he's never been taught to be responsible or accountable. So he's just going to bully the whole family around. It happens. As I said, money can be used to build or to destroy. So you can't really assure. So now for this setup, as I said, you enter at point 3 or at any point after point 3, exactly as it shows here. It's going to create a low, goes lower, then obvious low. Look at these ones. These ones are very small, you see? They didn't go below this one. And if you turn to check, this was in the morning, of which is what Kumete Lapa was saying. Kumete, So which is what Kumete was confirming. So it did the same thing here. Then it went lower, and then third time, then afterwards, boom. So these are things that might not need you to stay in the charts. For you who are working, because I know you are lazy. I was at work, I missed it. So this is the trade you can take when you come back from work. 6, 7, you got from work. You look for this specific thing as it is. Just take a picture. You'll watch it, and then you look for this thing. So there's no excuse now, eh? What is it? Load shedding. You see. So you go and you practice this, you make your money. You let your trade rush. What's up? When the shorts in your villa now. So you make your money. It's easy, guys. Nobody has to cry in tears of being scammed and whatnot. And I say it still this day. And I've noticed this sequence. Everywhere that I host seminars now, these Forex traders are going there hard. You remember last time we were here on Saturday, then Sunday we went to Duerban. Sunday after I left, the following weekend, there was another Forex guys, those Forex guys, they went there to do a seminar. And then here again last week, there was another guy. So, and I don't understand the people. People like, you attend those seminars to tell me that guy is doing what? Like, why do I care? Because you just wasted your time. People, they just go to the seminar and be like, hey, I was listening to that guy. There's nothing he's talking about. He's just wasting time. He all wants money. Hey, he told us to buy this for this. I'm like, why are you even wasting your time? As I said, if you want something to die, you don't give it attention. You don't give it attention. Okay, next question. Singiyalamba manje. Ubeka uhlala eduze flatini. Hamba uphekile? Awuphekanga? Buthi ngizodlani mina? Ngihlala eThekwini. Kanti umakoti kanjani la? Uba umnye oshadile la. Ngiphekile. Hello. Right, let's take other questions. If there's not, then I'll continue with my session.
Ngibingelele igama uvukile into
igama uvelaphi
uvukile uvukile yes so i714 ngiyayitrader yes kodwa if bungakwazi mhlambe sibuyele ngomhla 21 beku Monday ubesacela abantu unganazele lapha ngoba into efike yenzeke anginiwasitshela ukuthi if isidlula ku-opening price i-lights ikhetha khona i-direction ingakho sisela or sibuy so into eyenzeke laphana ayibuyelanga ku-opening price exactly yes yena yehla but ayibuyelanga ku-opening price kwade ku-Monday mhla 21 ku-gold
Nathana nginenze umsebenzi wenu
lo ngisanomunye umbuzo.
Mawona ufuna uyibiyele ngenkani.
Mhla 21 ngiya. Akwangathi buyelile nje la. Okanye vele bekuyi-continuation. Bekuyi-continuation. Yeah, bekuyi-uptrend, so that's why. Bekuyi-uptrend. No, I was expecting vele ukuthi ikhuphuke, but